Imagine your event has everything prepped, your contracts are signed, you are on the hook for thousands of dollars, but nobody is signing up and registering to attend. Or even worse, you don't have exhibitors coming. At that point, you have only a few ways to manage the situation. And what I want to talk about today is not just how to manage the situation when that happens, but how to plan so that it doesn't happen to begin with. So first, let's talk about how to manage the situation where attendees are not signing up, you don't have enough exhibitors. What is your priority at that point? You're going to want to offer discounts and deadlines to get people to sign up as soon as possible. And you may even need to provide some free or sponsored tickets. You can give yourself credit for sponsoring them or give one of your sponsors as part of their package the extra bonus and the incentive of, I've sponsored these tickets for attendees. You can also offer free booths for your companies that are wanting to exhibit. All of these things would put butts in seats. It would create the experience that will make your exhibitors happy and will also create an experience for your attendees where they feel like the room is full. This is the event they signed up for. The second thing that I would talk about at this point is how do you make sure it didn't happen in the first place? You want to consider the expense of the location, finding a venue that is going to fit your budget, as well as all of the peripheral items, whether if it's AV, catering, setup, general contracting, shipping, decor, everything that it takes to put on that event, plus a budget for profit or for paying your staff or for paying temp staff who are going to be there on site. Put all of those together, and based on that number, you can project a number of attendees that you need, as well as a cost per attendee and a cost per exhibitor in order for you to make that mark and then maybe a little cushion on top. If you do these things, then it's a guaranteed that you will make enough money to cover the cost of the event, and you may have a little bit of extra money to put towards marketing to attendees to make sure that they actually sign up for your event. Which brings me to the third thing. Not just looking at how much does your event cost and making sure that the registrations that you are having sign up are enough to cover those costs, but looking at what is the actual market research saying of what your attendees are looking for. I do a lot of work in educational or engineering or science-related conferences, and what I hear over and over again is the content was just too basic. It wasn't interesting. It didn't solve a problem for me. It was like they wanted input from me instead of teaching me something. Make sure that the content that you are putting together is relevant, that it solves a problem for people, and that you clearly communicate what problem you're solving. People have to set aside time in their day, time in their week, as well as many of them are investing over $1,000, maybe for registration as well as travel, to come to your event. So just to recap, here's the three things. First, if you already are in the situation where you need to manage your event, do it. Don't worry about losing money. It's more important that you have a great experience for your attendees, for your exhibitors, and that they come back asking for more next year. You can make up that loss next year. Second, count your costs first. Find out how much things are going to cost before you set ticket prices and before you set booth prices. And finally, solve problems for your attendees. Even if it's an entertainment event, if it's a concert, what problem are you solving? Well, you're entertaining them. So that's the problem, and you are solving it. And make sure that that entertainment is out of this world. Make it unusual and creative, something that they've never seen before. If it's educational, then it needs to be revolutionary. It needs to be something that they will walk away saying, I learned so much. I took away practical advice that's going to help me in every day of my job. All of these things will help you and guarantee that you will sell tickets and you will sell booth space at your event, and it will be successful year over year. And finally, I also wanted to mention that if your event's been running for a long time, you need to reevaluate whether what you're saying or what your event is about is still relevant. You need to not assume that whatever you did in the past will continue to work because people change, the industry changes, and what people are looking for in a good experience changes.